Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Shenanaguy Plays Trails of Cold Steel 2. There are a couple things for us to do, as there always are. First thing is to go to Trista. Well, not to Trista. We need to find Lot, who is somewhere's around here. Is that her? No, that's Emily. Oh no, I think she is in Trista, actually. It's Rosine. Becky. Not gonna lie, I don't remember what Lot looks like. Oh, is that her? Nope, that's Colette. Is that? Nah. Oh, wait a second. No, it doesn't matter, because she gives us a, recipe, and we already have all the recipes. Oh, she's at the upper class dorm, though. Oh, is she the maid? Yeah, okay. She's the maid. Right. So that was a little bit of a waste of time. It's fine, it's fine. As it is our first time in this game, actually, being in Trista and Thor's, there's definitely a lot to catch up on. We can speak to Carol. Have you heard of a book series called Gambler Jack 2? Its final chapter came out long ago. It reminded me of how nice it feels to see a story you've followed come to an end. I've still got it here, so how about you give it a read? I think it's a pretty fun way to while away the time. Received Gambler Jack 2 Finale. So that's coming up. Probably the next video or something. Well, next couple videos, because we've got Gambler Jack 1 and 2 to read. But yeah, anyway, since we have all Gambler Jack 2 chapters collected, we can actually trade it for Zemirian ore. If you remember, that was a thing in the previous game as well. Towards the end of the game, you could trade collected items for shards of Zemirian ore, which allow you to craft the most powerful weapons in the game. I'm pretty sure we trade it with, yeah, Vice Principal Heinrich. Wait, could those books be... By any chance, is that the complete Gambler Jack 2 collection? Yeah, but... I knew it! Dots. So, have you read it already? What did you think of it? Interesting? I guess. I wasn't really in the mood for a story set in Calvard, but other than that, it was fine. Why do you ask? Are you a fan? How dare you imply I have an interest in mass-market rubbish like that? And set in an enemy country, no less. No, I mustn't be quick to judge. Risha Mao gave the series a wholehearted recommendation in an interview, so there must be something of worth in those pages. Risha Mao, the crossbow performer? Yes, I'd nearly forgotten about his celebrity crush. I'm glad to see you haven't forgotten her name. That's good, very good. Her recommendation spurred within me an infinitesimal interest in those books, but finding them has posed quite a challenge. I finally managed to acquire copies of the original and read them cover to cover, but the sequel continues to escape my grasp. That's a shame. He's eyeing these books like a starving animal. Maybe I should just give them to him. Yeah! If you really want them, I'd be happy to give you my copies. Are you sure? Of course, I've already read them, and I'm not exactly chomping at the bit to read them again. Reen handed over all of Gambler Jack 2. Well, if you insist, I suppose it would be rude of me to refuse an offer from a student. Very well, I will take your extra literature off your hands. I think that's probably a heartfelt thank you in Heinrich's speech. I should give you something in return, though, shouldn't I? Very well. Received Zemirian ore. Zemirian ore? I can't believe it. If you don't mind me asking, how did you end up with this? It's an antique that has been passed down in my family for generations. It's hardly valuable enough for me to call it an heirloom, and I've never thought of it as anything more than an odd stone. From what I hear, however, in the right hands, it can be used to customize weapons. It's not doing any good in my possession, obviously, but it might do well in yours. Well, if you're sure. Thank you very much. We'll make sure to put it to proper use. Glad to hear it. As for these books, I suppose I'll read them after you succeed in your operation tomorrow. So make sure that you come back safely, and not for my reading pleasure alone. We will. Which, speaking of reading, reminds me, is there not a... Imperial Chronicle that we missed? Ah, no, we didn't miss one. Okay, cool. I could have sworn we missed one, but I guess not. You speak to him again to update his character profile, by the way, if you are going for character profiles. So there are 2 fishing spots. There's right here and the pond behind Trista. So if you have to catch up on your fish catching, I think the pond behind the academy actually has all of the fish. So there is that. And this is where you find the fiery color. Wow, train station's kind of tricking out, isn't it? Anyway, I believe it's in here on a bookshelf that you can find the red color, the fiery color for the orbital bike, which, if you remember, is my favorite color, my personal favorite. And you can... There's a lot of NPCs to talk to update character profiles. And then that's a good time to get the Middle of Love from Princess Alphen for updating the character profiles. Yeah. So, there are a lot of profiles. There's Butler Celestine, Teresia, Instructor Mary, Principal Van Dyke, Vivi, Clara, Bridget, Stefan, Lambert, Hugo, Casper, Colette, Rosine, Friedel, Instructor Thomas, and Vice Principal Heinrich. Since they are just basic character profiles, we're not really going to worry about spending all of the time to go through all of them. It would take quite a long time. So we also don't need to talk to Princess Alphen because we've already done that. So yeah, we take the west exit out of Trista. Because we've actually been caught up on everything, which is this way.
Hey, Valimar.
Hello, Reed.
I came to see how you were holding up. Sure was a surprise when you offered, but thanks for volunteering to serve as a lookout.
Not a problem. Perhaps you and your friends have influenced me to some degree. Each and every one of you have come a long way to take this place back. I simply wish for you to be able to dedicate this evening to celebrating that achievement.
Thanks. You know, looking back, I never figured the day would come when I'd be able to have a natural conversation with you like this. You've changed a lot in that regard. You've gone from sounding mechanical to dignified, I suppose.
I've been working to gradually recover my memories over time, and while still fragmented, I am now able to recollect specific memories from my past.
Really? Does that mean you remember some of what happened before you went to sleep in the old schoolhouse?
Correct. I went to sleep 250 years, 128 days ago, and my previous awakener was a man known as Drykel's Rice Arner.
And there it is, folks. The previous awakener was Emperor Drykels. Exclamation.
Wow. So it really was Drykel's, huh?
Ah, yeah, it's all coming together.
I had my suspicions when I saw that memory in the last shrine, but I didn't want to assume.
I believe you resonated with the memories that reside within the proving grounds. Drykels visited the spirit shrines as you did. In each one, he obtained the same ore with which to forge his weapon, advanced upon the same capital, and it was there, with many allies at his side, that he laid the war to rest in one final confrontation.
It's kind of eerie how similar our paths are, but it makes me feel a little self-conscious too, in a way. I doubt we're doing all this half as well as he did. What kind of person was he, anyway?
He was an open-minded, composed, and driven man, full of bravery and daring, and in some ways, an enigma. Yet for those he met, he was ever kind and merciful. He had dignity in measure with his stature, and still at times, one could see in his eyes the glimmer of a child's.
He was really something, wasn't he? Hearing you talk about him, I don't know if I could be anything like he was. But maybe if I were, I'd be able to do more for everyone.
There is little need in striving to be something you are not.
Huh?
Since my awakening, I have watched over you. I have seen you grow as a person. Drykels found success in playing to his strengths. You, though different, possess strengths no less great. Just as he attracted his own supporters, so too have you gained those who would choose to stand by your side and no other. Take pride in those who would become your sword, for not even kings can buy the world to yield her.
That is one of the best speeches in the entire series, in my opinion.
Thanks, Valimar.
Short, simple, and I don't think that could have possibly been worded in any better way.
You're right. I should focus on improving myself as I am, rather than try to become someone I'm not. Seeing as how I'm fighting for my future and to bring home my friend, it wouldn't make sense to be anyone else, really. Oh, yeah. It sounds like the Tachi will be done by morning. So if you're up for it, I think we should test it out tomorrow. I'll be counting on you, Valimar.
I shall do all within my power.
Oh, I'm sure you will, Valimar. Right. And that is one of my favorite cutscenes. Like, you get a tiny piece of things coming together. And like I said, that speech is just... I honestly don't think it could have been any better. Next up is Toa, who I think is on the rooftop. And of course I have the hiccups again. So if I'm editing any of those out, I do apologize. I really don't know why I always get hiccups when I play this game. So this is a goodish time to make a save. Just cuz.
Oh, you guys are all up here?
Hi, Ring. Hey. Nice night, isn't it?
It's a little on the chilly side, but it still feels pretty nice since there's no breeze out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We're finally back here.
Yeah, gotta admit, seeing it again's making me feel all emotional.
No doubt. Especially since, unlike the rest of us, you guys were last here during the festival.
Dats.
You're probably feeling lonely with Crow missing.
Oh, look at the background. We're gonna have to talk to them.
Toa, George, Angelica, I want to thank you.
Huh?
What for?
You guys have helped us out so much. There's no way we could have gone that far without you. If it were just us first years, I don't think things would have gone half as well. So, on behalf of everyone here, thank you for everything you've done.
We should be the ones thanking you.
Yeah. Think about all the work Class 7 put into this and try saying that again.
Exactly. You guys even helped me deal with my old man. Where would I be without you?
I guess. But for the record, we've needed you just as much as you say you need us, you know. You shouldered the most responsibility on the Courageous, the ship that carried us and our dreams this far. And I'm gonna need you to keep watching our backs tomorrow. You think you can do that for us?
Like you even had to ask.
We'll be right there with you.
We would never abandon you after we've come this far together.
Thanks. I get this feeling like tomorrow's going to mark a turning point for us. Whether the Imperial Army's operation is a success or a failure, it feels like the time for me to fight Crow is almost here.
Dats.
That's true.
Yeah, he won't let a chance like this just waltz on by.
And this time, I'm not going to let him win.
No, we won't.
I'll beat him, drag him right back here, and force him to finally graduate with you.
Yeah, exclamations.
You sure that's even possible, Reen?
That's not going to be...
I'm well aware that it won't be easy. But everyone, not just me, wants the four of you together again. Class 7 managed to reunite, right? Now it's your turn.
You're amazing, Reen. And if you say that's what you're gonna do, I've got no reason to doubt you. Good luck.
Tomorrow's operation is sounding crazier by the minute.
Seriously. I better hope I can finish polishing off that Tachi.
Yeah. Their conversation finally finished. Toa went back to the student council room to dutifully go over the plans for tomorrow once again. And after saying their goodbyes, George and Angelica departed for the engineering building to get tools and equipment needed to manufacture Valamar's weapon. And as promised, we're going to talk to these two real quick. It's so quiet here. It's hard to believe that there's a war raging on all around us. We've been through a lot on the way here, but I'm glad I could come back here with you again. I'm never going to let anyone threaten you again. No matter what happens, no matter who we're up against, I will always protect you. That's a promise. I don't want to ever be separated from you like that ever again. Oh, Alan. I don't know why it took me so long to realize how I feel. Yeah, the two lovebirds. Nobody's over there? Nope. Okay. So, this is the point of story advancement. I don't know if I explained it in the last video, but these bonding event symbols, those are the characters you can share the final bonding event with. So you have to choose one of them. I don't know which ones are like a romance progression out of all of them. I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact Elisa is, and Laura is. Pretty sure Princess Alphen is, Sarah, and maybe, I'm pretty sure Emma is, and Toa, maybe Fee. I'm not sure about the guys, I've never tried that personally, but it might be an option. Like I said, I've never looked into that particular route, but that might be an option. I'm going to do that at some point because I want to get that trophy for having done the final bonding event with everybody. But for the purposes of these videos, we're obviously going to go with Laura because Laura is best girl. If I had to choose one of the guys though, honestly I'd probably go with Gaius because Gaius is just awesome. And he gets like way more awesome later on. And she must be in here. Yep. Monica and I wanted to see the gymnasium again. So many memories here, both at the pool and at the training hall. I'll bet. I mean, we all had lessons at the training hall, but you were here practicing your swordsmanship whenever the fencing club left it empty. Honestly, my most vivid memory of this place was my fight with Angelica. It's hard to forget getting hit like that. I'm still waiting for our chance to fight one-on-one, to be honest. After all we've been through together, I'd imagine it would be quite the duel. You can say that again. Maybe when all this is over, we'll get the chance. Reen, there's a favor I'd like to ask of you. Huh? Sure, what's up? I was considering paying our dormitory a visit later on, and, well, I would very much like your company, if you have time, of course. Agree! Of course, I'd be happy to join you. Haha, excellent. I'm going to spend some more time with Monica, but after that, I'll make my way to the dorm. Works for me. And that is how you initiate a bonding event. As you can see, you can still change your mind. So you can talk to everybody and kind of see, maybe feel out with the conversation, which one you want to go with if you're kind of torn. But once you actually go to the dormitory, that is the point of no return. And I'm gonna check my book here real quick. Edel. That's the one I think I'm missing. Okay. I'm just gonna talk to her just in case they got the date wrong. Look at how capable you've all become. I was especially pleased to see that Fee and Vivi had developed into such fine young ladies. How lucky I am to see their return. Even the flowers are happy that Fee's back. I'll have to give them plenty of water to celebrate. Nope. Okay. Must be the next day. And I'm pretty sure, since I'm sure some of you will be curious, I'm pretty sure you can't do anything at the old schoolhouse. Like, you can obviously go here, and that's where Emma is, as you can see. But I don't think you can actually go inside. The doors are locked. Yep. Can't go inside. Would be a awesome opportunity to grind if you could go in there and go through the floors, but, you know. Alas, that is not an option. So, other than just going around and talking to everybody, like gathering all those character profiles, there's nothing more to do here. No side quests or hidden quests or anything like that. It's really just talking to people, which is a nice little slowdown, a change of pace. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and end off the night with our final bonding event. Well, I promised I'd meet Laura here. Should I head inside and wait already, though? I think I'm here kind of early. Returning to the dormitory and talking with your chosen character will cause the main story to advance. Enter the dormitory. Class 7 dormitory.
Oh, I didn't think you would already be here.
Hey, Laura. Did you finish taking care of things then?
I believe so. It truly does feel strange to be back here, though. It's been a long road to return here, and yet, return we did. This building holds so many memories for us. I couldn't even begin to count.
It sure does. Well, while we're here, you want to walk around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure, I'd like that.
I don't know how the sword would still be there because, like, we have those with us. Maybe they're spares? I mean, it would make sense for swords people or combat-oriented people to have backups. And that would have been Crow's room.
I don't know why, but there was a little part of me that expected to find Crow here waiting for us. I mean, not literally expect, but there was just a little voice in my head going, what if, while walking around.
I can hardly blame you. I felt the same. Instead, he's another obstacle we have to overcome. One of many.
Yeah. Still, we've been able to face every challenge that's come our way up till now. Why wouldn't our fight to bring Crow home be the same?
That's a good way to look at it. Nothing stands a chance at declaring victory over Class 7's combined might, or our two swords. Speaking of, Reen, I realize I've asked this once before, but do you like the path of the sword?
Hearing that brings back memories. You really caught me off guard when you asked me that back in Celtic. Any reason it's on your mind again?
I was just curious. It feels as though after our impending battle, things will never be the same. And so before that happened, I wanted to hear your answer one more time. For all I know, that answer's changed.
Ah, right. Well, it hasn't. My answer's exactly the same now as it was then. Swordsmanship is like a part of me. It's always been there, and it always will be. It's not a case of liking it or not, it's just part of who I am. Both my swordsmanship and my sword are me in a way.
Maybe you'll be happy to know that my feelings on the subject haven't changed either. My stance and my resolve are the same as they ever were. I stake my pride, my soul, my very being on my blade, and wield it to attain ever greater heights. That is what it means to me. Why I value it above all else. Or so I say. I'm conflicted, to tell you the truth.
Conflicted? About what?
In both my time at the academy and during these past few weeks of fighting alongside one another, I seem to have found something else just as precious to me.
Are you suggesting...
I've now discovered a new reason to fight. One that differs from the reason I've fought for all this time. And that reason gives me more courage and power than I've ever felt before. Never could I have imagined there would be anything that would mean as much to me as my path of the sword. At least, not until I met you.
Laura?
Reen, I think I love you. At first, we were just friends, but now I see you as something far more. That's why I need to know. Do you feel the same way about me too?
Well, obviously. We wouldn't be here otherwise. Dads.
I wanted to be the one to say it first, but it looks like you beat me to it. I always figured that as a man, it'd end up being my job.
Sorry, that was presumptuous of me. I'm simply not used to these sort of things.
No, don't worry. You've got nothing to apologize for. I've always admired you ever since our first day here. Your swordsmanship is so elegant, strong, and beautiful that I couldn't help but be captivated by it. And by you. You're as strong as you are reliable, but that feminine side you show from time to time is adorable too. I'm always happy to be part of our class, but having a place where the two of us can better ourselves makes me happiest of all.
Truly?
I love you too, Laura. Even after we graduate, I want to keep walking alongside you, following the path of the sword, and I hope that we one day reach those heights we're aiming for, but together. I'm glad I finally got the chance to say it.
this happy to hear you say you love me. My face feels like it's on fire from blushing so much.
I feel the same way, you know. We've got no way of knowing what the future holds in store for us, but we can't let a war like this stand in our path. Like you said, we have a lot of obstacles to overcome, and by overcoming ours, we'll prove we're capable of so much more.
Yeah, we will. May we both wear the way of the sword proudly, and together protect our friends and our future.
Major moments number 1 of why Laura is best girl. I love how honest she is about her feelings, too. At least to Reen. They've got that perfect iron sharpens iron kind of relationship, and I really like that. And we're, of course, maxed out. Septine calendar 1204, 1231 Friday. The final operation. And there's snow. Snow more warm weather? Haha! Oh, rad. That was bad. This is amazing. You really were able to forge Valimar and Utachi from Zemirian ore. Bah, of course I was. It's a massive weapon totaling over 7 arj in length. Its uncommon shape made refining and processing the ore exceedingly difficult, to say the least, but it was done. I doubt I would have been able to do it if not for the help of my stubborn old student of mine over there. You're the least qualified person on this entire continent to call anyone else stubborn. Yeah, I'm with you, instructor. It sure was a shock to learn that you were also a former student of the professor's, Instructor Makarov. I had heard you were once a student at the Rurs Institute of Technology, but I never connected the dots. And that's how I preferred it, too. All that was a long, long time ago. I'll never be able to fathom why the two of you chose not to stay and study more under me. The offer still stands, however. I know talent when I see it. Well, I couldn't possibly. I doubt I have half the talent to keep up with you. Give it to him straight, George, or it won't get through that damn near impenetrable skull of his. Tell him you'd go insane if he had to spend years working with an arrogant, self-centered prick like him. Still, what a beautiful blade it is. The radiance of it is simply dazzling. Ain't nothing out there like Zemirian ore. It's probably not as sharp as something a real swordsmith would make, though. None of us are smiths by profession. But Valimar should find it easier to use than any weapon he could have taken from a soldat, and that's what counts. Alright then, let's give it a try. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. They're resonating with one another? They sure are! It's glowing. How beautiful. It truly is astounding. You look so cool, Valimar. I'm not sure what's happening, but it's amazing, alright. I think we finally have a chance. Feedback process with a new armament complete. I do indeed feel this is easier to wield than previous armaments. Good, I'm glad to hear it. You think this'll do the trick? Yep, I had high expectations, but this shattered them. I think I finally stand a chance against him now. Professor Schmidt, Instructor Makarov, George, thank you all so much for what you've done. Savior, thanks. I only did what I did to satisfy my curiosity. Whatever you do now that I'm done is of no concern to me. He's not being modest either, Reen. He totally means that. This is just how he is. Same deal with the railway guns, the soldats, and the orbital jamming device. As soon as his work is done, he loses interest completely and is off to find something else to do. Something wrong with that? All that said, I think the preparations are now finally complete. Yes, sir. I think it's about time I go and get everyone. The fated moment has finally arrived. The current time is 0630 hours. Everyone should gather here again at 0730 hours. Make sure you're all wearing what I gave you earlier, too. Right, says everybody. Same day, 0750. 0750. Not 750. Null 750. Nil 750? I don't know, I'm running out of other words for zero. Empty 750.
All of the students have gathered.
Good. He's not voiced. Instructor Sarah, Instructor Thomas, Instructor Makarov. We leave them in your capable hands.
Understood.
Don't you worry. We'll take good care of them.
Just leave them to us.
Students of Thor's Military Academy. I'm sure most of you remember what was once imparted to you during your respective welcoming ceremonies. Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world. These are the words of Emperor Dreichels, the man who ended the War of the Lions and founded this very academy. I asked you to consider what the world he refers to is, and what qualities one must possess to be its foundation. I imagine that you each had your own thoughts in response. However, I ask that you not make the mistake of assuming that foundation is synonymous with sacrifice. I believe that it is by walking side by side with others, opening a path, and treading down it that one does this. As such, I have but one very simple message for each and every one of you to remember. Return alive. Welcome spring's arrival with one another, and when the time comes, fly the nest with one another. And to that end, I wish you victory.
May Adios and Dreichels the Lionheart be with you all.
Yeah.
And please, come back here safe and unharmed. Our objective is to rescue His Majesty the Emperor, as well as those who were captured with him. Everyone, move out!
Understood.
Yeah. Surface air temperature is 5 degrees, humidity 13%. There's a north-northwesterly wind blowing at 11 APH. Incoming message from both the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions. They're past the Schwarzdrake Barrier and Trista, moving into formation about 100 Selge from Heimdall. Main cannons and secondary armaments are good to go. We're ready for battle at any time. All orbital engines are operating normally. All crew members present and accounted for. We're ready to begin the operation on your command. Understood. Sounds like we're all ready to go. Still, it doesn't look like we're going to be hearing anything from Prince Oliver. Indeed, there's been no word from Father either. They've probably got their hands full in the west. It's starting to get really hectic there from what I've heard. I've asked Mick to try and get in contact with Toval, but I'm not banking on him succeeding. That's too bad. It would have been great to have them here too. There's no point in lamenting what we don't have. Right. All we can do is make the best out of our current situation. Yep, I'm with them. Still, the battle doesn't begin until midday. We've still got time. If there's anything you want to take care of, now's your chance. Anything spring to mind? Now that you mention it, Toa, are there any new requests for us to take care of? There are, in fact. Hold on a minute while I get them up. My Jormungand don't want none. Task, my Jormungand don't want none. Client, Prince Oliver. Payment, 3,500 mirror. Term, short. When we speak of serpents, what should spring to mind but the fell Jormungand? But in truth, I have my own glorious serpent I bring out at parties and on special occasions. In fact, Reen, this is Major Vander. Pay no attention to the prince and just kill the monster. Monster! Jormungand! Location, East Celtic Highway 3, near a cliff in the far north. Olivert. Saxon violence, however it's said. Client, Prince Oliver. Payment, 3,500 mirror. Term, short. There once was a woman from Ruhr. When I saw her, I wanted to woo her. She gave me a slap when I sat in her lap. Now I have one lover fewer. Ah, how I love composing a clever verse. Monster, Gaspard. Location, Saxon Iron Mine, Path 2, in front of the waterfall. Olivert. Nord by Northeast. Task, Nord by Northeast. Client, Prince Olivert. Payment, 3,500 mirror. Term, short. The hills are alive, dear Reen, with the sound of monsters. The Highlands, to be more precise, and I'd like you to look into it personally. I hope your skills haven't plateaued yet, because you'll have to fly like, dare I say, the wind to deal with this threat. Monster, Gilder Quaker. Location, Nord Highlands, Northeast North Plateau. Signed, Olivert, the king of dad jokes. Ymir Far, wherever you are. Task, Ymir Far, wherever you are. Prince Olivert. Payment, 3,500 mirror. Term, short. Danger strikes close to home for young Reen, with a strange beast stirring up strife on the path to Ymir. Will he answer the call? Will his sister be impressed with his manly feats of strength? Will anyone actually read this? Monster, Sasquatch. Location, Ymir Valley. Deepest area. Signed, Olivert. Huh. I think we can handle these. Right. None of them seem like they would take too long. Whether you do or not is totally up to you, but getting ready for battle should be top priority. I know you've gotten the hang of reporting to Prince Olivert, but seeing as we can't contact him, you can just report to me. This might be the last chance you have to get maintenance done on your ordnance too. So if you need anything, let me know. We will, thank you. There's no such thing as being too prepared for this. Finale! Forward! Relentlessly. To advance the main story, speak to Toa in the captain's chair and select Commence Operation. This is the last time during the story that you will be on board the Courageous. After beginning the operation, it will no longer be possible to take advantage of its facilities or visit other towns. All requests and sub-events will also disappear, and the trial chest will become permanently unavailable. While you will have another chance to buy items, quartz, and the like, this will not be for some time. Okay, so we're going to take Laura. We're going to take Sarah, Gaius, Eusis, and Magius. Let's go with that. Seems fun. And we will do our quests and our extremely long list of side activities next time on Shenanaguy Plays Trails of Cold Steel 2. Or the next several times, probably, is how it's going to work out. So until then, I'll see you all in the next series of videos. Goodbye for now.